weaponry that one can actually now buy on the internet is absolutely extraordinary.
And just lastly, Mr. Mason, the work you do with the Lambeth Safer Neighbourhood Board and your organisation Growing Against Gangs, what is in the mindset of one teenage boy that he might decide not just to knife but possibly take the life of another teenage boy? Describe what's going on in his mind.
Well, first of all, the Growing Against Gangs Advanced programme has now turned into an independent charity called Growing Against Violence. It still continues to do extraordinary work in terms of delivering preventative education in schools. In terms of the Lambeth Safer Neighbourhood Board, the strategic board set up by the Mayor's Office of Policing and Crime, and our role is to cover a number of main areas. But we have taken in Lambeth specifically the theme of reducing violence in all its forms, not just serious youth violence. But if you take a scenario of a young person who feels they're in conflict or feel that they're going to travel across an area in which they don't feel safe, they will reach for the knife almost as the first choice of defence. And that is what we've got to challenge. It is unimaginable. I can't imagine what would possess me to go and pick a knife up and carry it into a school environment. It cannot just be a spontaneous incident. There must have been something that has gone before.
Good luck with what you're doing with your organisation, Nick Mason. Thank you, co-founder of that organisation, also chairman of the Lambeth Safer Neighbourhood Board. All right, coming up after the news, your reactions to that, the idea of those metal arches. Remember, they were used in London some years ago, just at random. They didn't say which schools they were going to be and for how many days, and they did, unfortunately, catch a lot of knives. Is it something that needs to be considered now, possibly, in other schools? And the mindset, the mentality of a boy. He's a boy, a 16-year-old boy, who might have taken the life of a fellow pupil. Also coming up after the news, David Cameron on the back foot, refusing to answer Jeremy Corbyn's questions about tax credit cuts. He didn't refuse once, he didn't refuse twice, he didn't refuse 3 times. If he was a horse, he'd have been out of the arena. He refused 6 times. We'll have a full report on that after this. 7:16 LBC News Headlines. Lisa Aziz.
Detectives are continuing to question a teenager after a 16-year-old boy was stabbed to death at a school in Aberdeen. The reports found the London-based charity Kids Company was given at least £46 million of public money, despite ongoing concerns about how it was being run. And the head of MI5 says the terrorist threat facing the UK may not have reached its peak, and the danger posed by Islamic State shows no sign of abating. The FTSE 100 will start the day at 64.37 after closing up 72 yesterday. This is LBC. Your travel news is next.
The following offer applies to new Mercedes-Benz SUVs ordered between the 2nd and the 8th of November 2015. 3 years free servicing is based on free services over 36 months. No cash alternative. When you buy a brand new Mercedes-Benz SUV, your first 3 years of servicing are taken care of for free. So, while you're on your 3 camping trips, your dozens of takeaway pickups,
They forgot the poppadoms.
or your hundreds of school runs,
Daddy, why did that cow climb on his friend?
you can rest assured that your Mercedes-Benz SUV will be running like it's brand new, for no extra cost. Visit our SUV event at your local retailer from the 2nd to the 8th of November. Unmissable offers from Mercedes-Benz.
From the LBC Travel Centre, I'm Chris Golds. Good morning. Well, it's busy once again on the M25 clockwise. There's a lane blocked on the entry slip road from the roundabout. You're queuing on that slip road towards a car that's broken down at junction 10 for the Wisley interchange. Elsewhere on the M25, anti-clockwise, queuing after an accident. Already been moved to the hard shoulder just after junction 20 for Kings Langley. I can see a slow from junction 21 for the M1 South. Also anti-clockwise further round, another accident again on the hard shoulder between junction 8 for Reigate and 7 for the M23. All lanes have reopened. They've managed to get that onto the hard shoulder. There was a brief stoppage, so those queues just starting to build. South Lambeth and the A203 South Lambeth Road, that's now closed in both directions because of an accident at Thorn Road. And in West Hampstead, the A41 Finchley Road, still got those restrictions in place in both directions because of that fire that started on Monday. For the trains this morning, Greater Anglia disrupted at Broxbourne because of a points failure, also affecting the Stansted Express, delays of up to half an hour between Liverpool Street and Stansted Airport. And for the tubes this morning, Piccadilly line now back open again with minor delays between Acton Town and Heathrow Airport. Keep it under moving and next travel updates in 15 minutes.
LBC Travel.
With Citrix Go-To Meeting. Conduct meetings face-to-face when you're out and about.
Hello, my name's Matt. I run Swallow Boats based in Cardigan, West Wales.
In 2005, Matt and his dad began designing beautiful traditional day boats for private buyers. Success came quickly, so growing the business further with Barclays' support seemed the right option.
It was vital that Swallow Boats expand to meet growing demand because we had new ideas for bigger and better yachts and we needed more space to build them. We went to Barclays and...
That Purdy, van just mounted the